start by giving Toronto a lot of credit. That's a good team, and boy, were they ready. I don't know if we were tired from our game last night or what. Not that that's an excuse, but it felt like that in the first quarter, and they jumped all over us. They got where they wanted to. They got in a rhythm, and it made it tough to stop after that. I was proud of our guys for continuing to fight. Not that it matters, but they competed throughout the whole game. They outscored it second, third, and fourth, but that deficit that we built in the first was just too much to overcome. But that's a good team over there.
Luke, energy hasn't been as much of a thing, and the reasons why you've lost heading into this point. Did you get a sense of that before the game at all? And once you noticed it, is there anything? What can you do to change it?
No, nothing different before the game, but it's the NBA. You're going to have nights where other teams are hot. You just can't find it. You don't want those nights, but they happen. And then once it gets like that, you just try to find a spark somehow from some sort of group. We tried Svi out there to maybe get him a couple of shots and tried a couple of different things, but never were able to get it close enough to really put that pressure back on him.
Luke, what were your strategies for guarding Serge, and how did he kind of adapt and was able to hit his first 14 shots?
Well, we didn't stop him on it. It was originally, we're going to live with him taking contested twos. We got to keep Kyle, out of the middle of our paint. But, Serge was the recipient of a lot of other breakdowns defensively. So JaVale having to come over and help, or somebody getting blown by, and then the whole defense shifts, and then Serge gets a offensive rebound because now we're out of defensive positioning. So it wasn't the coverage on him as much as it was just our overall defense letting us down, and then obviously give Serge is a really good player and give him credit for the making his shots and taking advantage of that. But he was scoring, he was driving by guys, he was popping for jump shots, he was posting up, so he got it done all over the court.
Luke, in what way do you think your team's defensive approach was affected by the news that Kyle Leonard wasn't playing?
That's always plays out in my experience in these games, and I've played in a lot of these games, and I know what it's like to think, okay, this game just got a lot easier. And in my experience, unfortunately, most of the time that the player like Kawhi sits out, that team ends up winning, or at least they give a hell of a run. So, we tried to explain that that's part of how this works, but it doesn't seem like we took that to heart. There's a sense of freedom and joy that comes when a top player like that, if obviously you don't want him to be hurt, but there's no pressure on you. You go out and you play free, and I feel like that. I don't know that team well enough to know how they play every night, but they sure seem like they were doing that tonight, and they were tough.
Hey, Coach. Cameron Buford here, LA News Observer. When you guys cut it down to 10 points with just over 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, was there any consideration to put LeBron back in the game?
Yeah, there was a shot or two that if it went one way or the other, he was going to get back in there. But, that group that cut it to that low was playing with great energy. They were getting stops. They were moving the ball, so you kind of like to reward a group like that. And I had Braun out for a while on a back-to-back, and it wasn't going to be ideal to throw him back in there. But if we got close enough, he would have made that sub, and we would have had him on the floor to try to steal that one.
Thanks, Coach.
You guys keep talking about beating defense, and you have the first half, third quarter, they have 100 some points. How do you guys get that hammered home for you guys after the game tonight?
Well, hopefully it reinforces why it's so important to us. And in Portland, we played three and a half really good quarters of defense. You know, against Dallas, we played 3.5 really good quarters of defense. So we're getting there, and I think we show what our team is capable of when we're focused and we're getting those stops on defense. And then, obviously, tonight, the San Antonio game is another example. In the first quarter, we didn't do our job of making it hard on them, and then they found a rhythm, and they were able to hit shots the rest of the night. So hopefully we continue to learn from that, and that these experiences and these games happen less and less.
Not that LeBron was the only guy to have a slow start tonight for your team, but do you feel like at this point the team may be relying a lot on LeBron to kind of get them going in those first quarters, and if he's not going, it's heartburn and loss?
No, I think our guys are pretty good. And